Hi guys, what's up? It's me, Tracy, and today we're going to talk about paying your bills. In order to be extremely organized, you have to have your life in order. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was how I pay my bills. I mean, yeah, you get your bill, you pay it, no big deal. But I've talked to a lot of friends who like, oh, I have this credit card that I don't use often, and then I got a bill and I forgot about it, blah, blah, blah. So here's how I do it. I keep a lot of spreadsheets on my Google Drive. The reason I do this is because I can access it from work, I can access it from home. If I'm traveling, I can access it from a hotel computer, whatever. So I put a lot of files there. One of the files I have is my bills. It is a spreadsheet that has all my bills. So on this, and I will share the spreadsheet with you guys, I have on the top my bills, and then I have it separated by, I have the bills that I need to pay each month. So my mortgage, my electric bill, my water bill, my cable bill, which I should get rid of, my lawn service, things that will not change, that I will always pay. I mean, technically my mortgage I could pay off, but let's be honest, I have 29 more years to pay for that thing. So I'm gonna keep that in the upper part of my spreadsheet. On the bottom part of my spreadsheet, as you can see here, I have credit cards. I do have a crap ton of credit cards, but I'll get into that. I actually don't owe any money on any of my credit cards except for Ashley Furniture. I owe them money, but as you can see here, it says 1/20/21. So I had like six years, 0% APR. So I just keep that there because why not? Because I don't really want to pay it off right now because it's basically free money. But the reason I do have credit cards, I have a lot of credit cards. I have a couple that are like, I have a Delta American Express, and I have a JetBlue card, and I have an American Airlines one. And the reason I do that is because I travel so much. If you have those cards, you get extra points and you get free luggage. It's better for me because I don't pay for luggage when I check in. And I hate not checking in baggage because I hate carrying stuff when I'm at the airport. But I usually buy like my plane ticket on it, get triple or quadruple the miles, and then I pay it off right away. I don't like carrying credit card debt. Growing up, I was really bad with money, like really bad. Like I went to college and people gave me my first credit card and I thought it was free money. So once I got out of debt, years ago, I was like, I'm never getting back in debt ever. So as much as I do use my credit cards, I pay them off. I never buy anything on a credit card that I cannot pay right away, except for that furniture. But whatever, it's 0% for 6 years. Here's how I do it. So I put all my bills that I need on the top again, like my mortgage, my HOA, my electric bill, my water bill, things that will not fluctuate, that I will always have to pay month per month. Below this line, I have all the things that could fluctuate. So I have all my credit cards down here. Now what I do with this thing is I have each month written out, so January through December, and then I also have totals for it at the end of the year. So that's how much I've paid per month, and then I can just add it at the end of the year. But anyway, I sum it per month as well. So if you look here in January, that's how much I spent in January. This is also a great way to get out of debt. I did have a little bit of credit card debt for a little bit. I went through some personal stuff. But when you look at how much money you're paying each month on credit card, when you see visually what you owe each month, it kind of sits in your brain like, holy cow, I owe this much on, Citibank and whatnot. And you're like, why on earth do I owe this? And at least for me, it forces me to pay off my bills. The other column I have here is date. On date, what it is in chronological order for when I have to pay it. For example, so my mortgage is due on the 1st, my HOA is due on the 1st. Oh, and here there's like blank spaces because my HOA I pay quarterly. So I put gray areas here where I don't have to pay it. So I know when it's coming and whatnot. All my bills I get electronically. So all my credit cards, everything, my cable bill, my electric bill, my mortgage, I get the statements via email. So when I get them via email, if I'm running around and I'm at work or whatever, or I'm at an event, I just flag the email and I look at it later. Because I have little crazy OCD issues, when it is flagged on my phone, it drives me nuts because I have to have zero inbox on my emails at all times. Oh yeah, you people who have freaking like 700 emails, drives me crazy. I don't know how you live that way. But anyway, I have to have zero on my emails at all times. So when I do have flagged emails, it's usually because it's a bill that I need to take care of. When I get to work or when I'm at home in front of my computer, I start going through my flags and then I put it on my calendar, and that way I know when to pay my bills. But one of the great things about having the dates here for example, the other day, my cable bill for the past 2 months, for some reason there was a glitch in their system and I stopped getting my statements from them over email, and they weren't coming in the mail either. So had I not had this spreadsheet knowing that my cable bill was due on the 15th, I probably wouldn't have paid them for 2 months. I could have argued it that it's their fault, they didn't send me a statement, but let's be honest, it's not their, I mean, it is their responsibility, but it is my responsibility to pay for it. What I do with my credit cards too, like if I do have something that's 0% APR for a few months, I will put the date that it's due there so I know when to pay it. When I don't have any bills on my credit card, like for example, let's see here, my Home Depot credit card. I don't use it very often because I don't really, first of all, I'm such a girl. Like I go to Home Depot and it freaks me out. I'm like, I don't understand why there's 50,000 screws. But like here, for example, like it's all zeros and it's grayed out because I don't plan on spending money on there, but it's still there just in case, like if tomorrow I decide to go buy a grill, I can just put it in there and now I own. So I also mentioned that that all my bills are electronic. So when I do get bills, what I do is I have my calendar. I will actually make another video on how I do my calendar. But one of the things I have is I have two things here. I have a thing that says money's due and money's paid. Now money's due is in red because red is annoying and it's like rah, in your face, and money's paid is in gray. So when I do get a bill, for example, right here I have Duke, which is my electric bill. When I get that email, I come in here and I write Duke and what I owe for my bill. And then I will put it under money's due. So now it shows up there. So when I do get paid, I just go back in here and I go, oh, okay, I paid Duke, and then I change it from money's due to money's paid. And now it's gray and I don't notice it much and it doesn't annoy me. The other thing I put here is I put PD, which is payday. So that's the day I get paid and it's there every week. So it shows when I get paid. And then so like here are my bills. Here's, you know, what I owe when. So like here, let's see, today we're at the 14th. I get paid on the 20th and I have these bills that I need to pay. So on Thursday, because if I bill pay on Thursday, it comes out on Friday. So by the time my paycheck goes through, I will have paid off these bills and then I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So I never miss a payment because number one, I flag my emails with my statements, so I never miss it. Number two, I automatically put it on my calendar in red, and when I pay it, I put it, I make it gray. And the other thing I do is I put it on my handy dandy spreadsheet, and the reason I do that on my handy dandy spreadsheet is so that I can keep track of what I've spent during the year. The other really good thing about having a handy dandy spreadsheet, I've been doing this, as you can see here, this is the third year I've done it. I've done it before, but I had it in Excel, but now I use Google Docs or Google Sheets, is you can compare your bills from year to year. So for example, here's 2017. Let's see, my electric bill is interesting because like right here, January $91 and $105.94. So you see like where it changes, but like look, it spikes to $158 in June, and I'm like, well, it's June and it is Florida, so it gets really hot. But then I can look at 2015 in June. Did it spike as well? Holy cow, it did. Well, I moved into my house then. But see, like August, I had 202. What's August of last year? 192. 2017, August, 145. So you can tell the difference if, like for example, if my electric bill suddenly was $100 more, I can be like, whoa, there must be something wrong with my meter or whatnot. It's also good. I freelance a lot, so with my freelance, it's good to know what you spend. My friend Leah works from home, and she was saying like, you know, she can write off a percentage of her mortgage because she uses a designated space as her office. And she's like, well, I don't know how much I spent on electric in the past year. Now, if you have a spreadsheet like this, you do. So let's say I don't do accounting, but if your accountant says you can write off a third of your electric bill as a work expense, then now you know what a third is because it's all here instead of having to dig up every single statement for the year. So that's another reason I think it's great. As a freelancer, I think it's amazing. Like I can write off a percentage of my cable bill of my internet because I do look for work constantly as an actor. So now I know exactly how much I spend per year. It's also a great perspective to see everything in one place because I can go, okay, looking at all these things, what can I cut? And I know I can cut my cable bill because I don't really need cable. I mean, but I do need cable because I love television. So anyway, that's how I do it. That's how I pay my bills. If you guys want, I'm actually going to put a copy of this without my numbers in the comments. So if you want, just copy it from my Google Drive and you guys can use it, and you can adjust it the way you want to, because obviously your bills may be different than mine. And again, the most important thing, the top part is the bills that will always be there: your mortgage, your rent, your electric bill, your cell phone, whatever. And then below the line are things that eventually will go away. So if you have credit card bills, put that down there, and it'll force you to get rid of them eventually, and hopefully live debt free. So that is it for this episode of Extremely Organized and Slightly OCD. Hopefully I helped you a little bit. If I didn't, sorry. If I did, awesome sauce. I am not an expert. I'm just sharing what makes my life easier, what makes my life organized, and hopefully it can help you as well. So stay organized. See you later.